Dampers, it's Gainer again. I've been playing with my flower shop stamp set. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's an old one. It's still in the current catalogue, but I just keep going back to it. And I've pulled out my blends and my watercolour pencils. And believe it or not, the two really go well together. I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be doing. I am using this flower here, and we're going to be doing some masking as well. The masking technique. I haven't got a card to show you yet because it's taken... I've got progress stages with this card tonight. I've not got one to show you straight away. But it's taken me hours. And I don't think my video would let me film that long. So we're going to do this in stages. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to fast forward. I'm going to show you what we're going to do, how we're doing it, and finishing off. Because this is how it's worked out all day. But I'm going to end up making 3 of these cards. I'm using watercolour card. And this measures 3 3/4 by 5.5. And I'm going to fetch in my scrap of paper. I have used just our grid paper. I stamped 3 of the flowers. I've got a little cross there, the same as my stamp. I got a little cross there to tell me that's the bottom. So when I stamp, I can literally just line this up on my flower. So I've got 3. Because I'm doing quite a bit of masking, I will show you each technique. But I even punched them out with the flower punch, but then realised we've got a white border way around, so I used my scissors to cut right up close. Not perfect, but this technique is absolutely... And I just love this, and I love every single colour of the blend. So, and some of them don't match the pencils, but it doesn't make any odds. Once we get to that stage, I'll show you what I've done up to now, and it's outstanding. And a white gel pen, believe it or not, and your Wink Stella, best friends. So, dancing flowers. Cute as buttons. I just love this set. Oh look, I've got gravy on my finger. Oh God. Oh, that's my first swig of coffee for ages. So I'm fetching in my Memento black ink, which is recommended with the Stampin' Blends. My flowers are ready on my fingers, and I'm just going to ink up. I love this set. Oh God, look how much it's been used, that has. Black archival ink, see? Right, I'm going to stamp my first flower. I'm starting off in the corner, and I'm just going to work my way up the card. And we're literally going to fill the whole card. So now I know, like I'm saying, that's going to go on that flower because that is my bottom flower. I've got 3 because sometimes you're going to have one at this angle and one here, and you're going to overlap, so you'll understand why you need 3. And then I'm just pulling down a little bit and adding. You'll see why in a moment, look, because that way it looks like it's sitting behind. So the flower on top that you just stamp first always looks forward, if you know what I mean. And I've got removable adhesive on the back, or you could use normal adhesive and then just play with it till it's less tacky. So, but I have a removable adhesive. So I'm going to pop my 3rd flower on. Oh, now see, got to make sure I got it in the right place. And I pull it down just so you can just see the black line as well. Do you see that? So when we stamp again, you haven't got that little tiny bit of a fraction on the double over. See, do you know what I mean? So again, I can stamp this now because all 3 flowers are protected. I can just go in the middle and just remove my, well, I'll leave that one on for now actually. I'll remove this one because I know this one's not going to get stamped over again. Tiny fraction black line. I'm just going to work away all the way up this card. And I'll show you what I did with, I have no white bits on my card or on the back. What I did, I used my lightest of the basic grey blends and just drew a line around them all, and then realised I'm just going to colour it in. It looks amazing. So now I know that one's not going to be stamped over again. I'm just going to keep adding to these flowers. And now I know I'm not going to stamp too close. This one I'm going to move again to there. Is it that one? Oh. And not only that, they've got a pattern on. Just follow the pattern. Pull down, and I'm going to fetch this. No, I'm going to stamp here first, then I can move up there. So I've got flower there. Remove that. So they always look like they're behind. If you get my drift. Do you know what I mean though? So once you remove your flowers, you can just mask, and you're going to end up with something absolutely gorgeous like this. Ta-da! So I'm going to set that off to one side, and I'll finish that later. Even that, just even if you coloured maybe 1, 2 or 3 of the flowers and left it like that, you've made your own designer series paper again, see? Beautiful. But we're going to go one better. I hope you can't see that yet. So blends are coming in now. Lay them flat. Oh, never stand them up unless you're using them, and then please lay them flat straight after, because you don't want the alcohol all disappearing down. So I tell you what, I'm going to pop them up there so I can see them. And you know, like here, don't worry about these. Like I'm saying, I went along and just in between all the flowers and just gently drew a line around them and then filled it in. I know I could have done it on a grey card, but if you want a different colour background, you could have yellow. It's just entirely up to you. And I'm using the watercolour card because I was intended to use my aqua painter, but then decided not. So this is why it's on grey card, white card. And there's more resistance. This is quite a heavier paper than normal Whisper White. So I know that flower ends there. So I can you're just basically going to colour all the background. Could have done it in green. It's entirely up to you, but that's what you're going to do. That's what I've done on my background. So let's get to colouring some of these wonderful flowers in. My first colour I'm going to choose, I'm going along my top row. The only thing is, I don't have a pool party pen, so I'm going to start off with Bermuda Bay. And you can do them any colour, any order, it's entirely up to you, but I started off at the bottom and I just basically filled every petal in. And you're going to be like, where's the pencil come in? I'll show you that shortly. Very therapeutic. If you've got an hour or so to spare and you want to do a beautiful card, then this is the one. You could literally do all the flowers the same colour, depending on your theme. And I'm going to enter this into the Global Design Challenge this week. It's all about new beginnings, moving into a new house, new baby, or just new beginnings. So that is going to be my sentiment on my card. So once you've filled the petals in, like so, you can add some colour to the centre. It depends if you want a different coloured centre. But put my pens away as I'm going. And now I'm coming in. And at Stampin' Up are so clever. All the lines here, they're your dark areas. They're your shading areas. So you haven't got to worry about, oh my, where am I going to shade? Because you just go over them. Anywhere there's a line, you add your shading colour. And I must admit, most of Stampin' Ups have got them shaded lines in view. Don't worry if you go over. We do have a pen that come with the blends. And I can't promote these enough. And just go over. And it will come out. And not only that, you're going to be filling this area in grey anyway. So that should mask it as well. So please don't worry about that either. Can you see what I've done with the darker areas here? I'm just going to do this all the way around on my petals. And last but no means least, and that you think, oh, that is really pretty. And I love the way it's turned out. I've missed that one, have I? No, it's just starting to pale up because they get lighter as you go along. So now I'm going to get my Bermuda Bay pencil out. Is that it? No. Yes. And then I'm going over those dark areas with my pencil. It smooths them out. And I'm just basically colouring in the bits I've just done. Pulling those colours in together and darkening them slightly. And when you see the rest of the card in a bit now, you'll be like, oh my word. I'm just going to go over. See how it pulls that colour in? And I'm no artist, trust me. But I love to colour. I couldn't draw a picture to save my life. Oh, be little stick men and stick animals. I just can't draw for save me. But give me a colouring book or anything to colour and I'm away with the berries. Isn't that lovely? What a difference, but we haven't finished there even yet. That's my white. You get a white pencil in this set. And I'm just going to go over some of these white areas. Well, paler areas. Just to throw some light in. No technique. No right, no wrong. And you'd be thinking, why? Look, I'm going to pull this up. Can you see the shading? Don't stop there either. She says. And now my pen is stuck. There we are. White gel pen. Just going to dot in the centres. Going to add some more white. And this will dry a little bit pale as well, but it'll give those light reflecting. Do you know what I mean? Just add some. What a difference to that flower. It's starting to look real. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to do the next flower along in a different colour. I'm going to do my light and dark rich raspberry. And then, well, you'll see it come together. This flower here, that goes all the way in there because that is a part of that flower. What I did, I I didn't do the background until after I'd coloured most of the flowers. So don't worry, just gently draw the outline as I say. And with this card, I tends to stop the blends from bleeding into the other colour. So don't look, I'm not being gentle and overprotective and thinking, ooh, look at that. But look what it does when you put the grey. It lifts the flower off the page for me. And I'm not the best colour in the world. I'm just putting it on. Obviously not trying it to go over the lines, but so, and I'm going to do one more after this, showing you on a colour that we don't have, but adding a different colour. Again, I'm going to go down the dark lines. I'm basically just drawing lines. You can hold your pen lightly and you get thin lines, or you can hold your pen thick and get thicker lines. I've seen people do techniques where they just dot. I know it fills that gap in. So there is our rich raspberry one, and now we're going to bring it to life again. I think that is absolutely stunning. I missed a bit there, but use your pencil, drag this colour in, and you can even go over your petals if you think you need more shading. It does help if they're sharp. Give you those fine lines. But look what it's doing. It's emphasising each one of those petals, and without me having to try really. Like I'm saying, I'm not the best colourer in the world. I'm not doing anything fancy. There's my pencil. I'm going to come in and add some of this white. It's not really, it's adding white, it's just paling what's underneath down. Don't have to do it on every bit, but I do. And then back with our white gel pen. I did white gel pen at the end as well, but because I just add in dots. And then just add a white line closer to, say, the dark bits, just to give that light reflected. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. You can even add bits to your dark areas, but I just think it's superb. So I've done two. I'm going to do one more flower, and I'm going to be doing this one in the dark and light Night of Navy. Well, we haven't got Night of Navy in the pencils, but we've got Pacific Point. And now watch this flower come to life. It is beautiful. Again, just go around with the light. Fill it in. I think there's only two colours that aren't the same. Got Pacific Point instead of Night of Navy in the pencils. and real red instead of rich raspberry. But I used the real red on the rich raspberry one. Not rich raspberry, cherry cobbler one, sorry. And it was outstanding. I'll show you in a moment. The only thing I'm doing carefully is the outline. The rest is just being thrown, just going on. And as you can tell, there's no bleed between the flowers because it's watercolour paper. So it absorbs quickly so it doesn't bleed. So which is fabulous when you're doing stuff like this. So we're going to go with the dark again. If you don't feel confident about using the brush on the dark, use the pen and just look how thin your lines can be then. You know, just add shade in those dark areas. Heavy breathing. It's because I hold my breath when I'm concentrating because my tongue's normally sticking out. But yeah, you're just following those shade lines. That Stampin' Up I've already put there for you. Isn't that pretty? Really pretty. I love it. So again, now we are going to fetch our pencil in. Like I'm saying, this is Pacific paint, but it adds a totally different shade on this card. And as I don't suppose until you see it in the flesh when you've done one yourself, how beautiful it is. And just going over the same areas. And there's another thing you can do with this. I'll grab one out and show you. Add a bit of colour. You know, add your Pacific point. Let me just grab a blending pen and pick up that colour. And look, give it an extra tone. You've got that extra sparkle now. You've got that richness now of the two colours blended together. And it, like I say, I think it's adorable. I absolutely love it. And just clean your pen. You can do that in every flower. Come back in now with this white shade. Add some paler areas. I think the pencil just gives subtleness, whereas a white gel pen sparkles and is phenomenal. Again, I'm just going to dot the centre of my card. No right, no wrong, no reason. And then I'm going to just come down some of these darker areas. And just add bits of white. Oh, sorry. I do apologise. And all I can hear is my husband laughing his head off in there. I hope you can't hear him. And leave that to dry. Look what happens when it starts to dry. That will change its dynamics. But we haven't finished there. One last trick. I'm using my large Wink of Stella because I need to do a lot. I'm just going over the dark bits. I'm not doing the whole flower. And I'm just adding sparkle, as if they've been just sat out there in the morning dew. Just to the darker areas. Dot some of the centres. And this flower is going to take on another bit of a life form. And that's what took me so long to make this card this morning. But it was well worth everything. Clean that off. And lift that up to you now. Can you see that? It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's just the dark bits you want to do. Adds so much. Beautiful. I did all the gel pen, the Winter Stella pen before I did the white gel. So I'm now going to show you this is going to get finished off because it is just so therapeutic. I'm going to be adding some to there. So the next stage is, this is my card. Isn't that beautiful? See the white? It's just making all those flowers. This little one looks tucked away. He's up front. I have 2 left to do. So again, I'm going to be using the blue and the rich raspberry. It's entirely up to you. I used every colour. I used the Daffodil Delight, the basic grey, crumb cake, with, believe it or not, the pencil I used on this one was AliExpress, so that's the other one. This is the Pear Pizzazz. There's another, oh look, see, I've got glitter. I always end up with glitter. This is, not Pear Pizzazz. Yeah, the Pear Pizzazz colours. I will get it right now. Oh, Pink Pirouette, the pale and the dark Pink Pirouette with the Melon Mambo pencil. Look how beautiful that's turned out. Look at the red and the glitter. Can you see that better now when I'm doing that? So we're going to finish these 2 flowers off. Oof, love it. And then we're going to put our card together. Now we'll finally have a card. See about the grey in the background? Love it. Look how easy and quick. Well, it's not quick really. It does take a little bit of time with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 flowers. And perhaps you might not want to do, like I'm saying, with our designer series paper, the petal palette one, it's all in black and white. And we add colour where we want to add colour. Don't have to colour every petal in. You don't even have to stamp as many flowers. But I absolutely adore the Flower Shop stamp set. My first ever stamp set of Stampin' Up was Lovely as a Tree. My second was Flower Shop, and my third was Petite Petals. But they've retired that. There's no way I'm getting rid of that one. I love it. And it pairs so well with this. So, back with the dark. I wonder if I went straight in with the pencil, would the dark make a difference? Let's have a look. Yeah, no, I want that dark in there as well. And again, we're just adding lines. Or dots. And just stroking the dots, the shades down. And going around the outside of my inner bit of the flower. The pencil will fetch it all back into life in a moment, but I Yeah, I need this dark. Absolutely beautiful. And anyone would give flowers to somebody wishing them a new beginning. So I think this is perfect. And I do hope those over at the design team will see my technique as well, because I'm going to do pictures of it in stages like I've just shown. Absolutely love it. Gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to fetch my blend back in as well. I'm going to marry them two colours together. It just changes. It's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And oh, girls and boys, oh, I started doing a sketch over on Facebook, which anyone's welcome to come over and join in. We are having a ball. And the first week, I think there was about 16 of us joined in. The second week, there was about 18. Last week was about 22. And this week, we've had 26 join in. So it's growing every week. So let's just hope we can see if we can get up to 30 or 40 even. What I do on a Sunday night then, I add every single picture with your permission onto the blog, so everyone can go and have a look and get some inspiration for my cards. Put everybody's names and who did what. I love it. Isn't that beautiful? So I've added that. I'll come back and do the white when that Winter Stella's dried with the white gel pen. I can add this now. Try and have to sharpen the white one again. It's getting a bit dull now. But because I'm not touching the Winter Stella, I can go over with the white. Just pops it and makes it look 3D. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So now for our other rich raspberry one. Oh, should I? No, I'm going to do another real red. So I'm using the cherry cobbler for this. And you think, real red? Yeah, trust me, it's stunning. So going in with the pale. If you do have a go at this, please come over to Facebook with Stamp with Joy. Type in Gainer Boy Stamp with Joy. And you should find my page. Come along, join in. And if you do make this card, I want to see a copy of your creation. I love to see it when people do their own versions of this. It's beautiful and I love it. Look, what I'm going to do in my centre, because I don't want it so dark like that one, I am going to just use the pencil and blend it in. So I'm just adding dots to the outside. There's my pale. Oh, I have to have a swig of my coffee. Oh, lovely. And now for the dark. But I'm not adding so much dark on this one, because I'm going to make sure my pencil does most of the work for this colour. Perfect. And now, oh, I need my pencils. There it is. I can pop these away now. And what a remarkable price. You get 14 pencils, is it? 13, sorry. 13 pencils for £14.50. Absolutely marvellous. So here we go with this real red. And this is where it's coming in now in the centre. Beautiful. And you can see the difference. And when I contrast that now with the blend, it's gorgeous. What am I doing? Gainer, you silly sausage. See that red change colour? It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. Oh, I love it. Love it. Don't forget to clean off your blend. It can stain quite well. So now I can come in with my pencil. You could stick to two colours, maybe these two, or the greens, or the orange and yellow, and just, oh, I chose to do one of each colour, or a couple of each colours, just to finish this beautiful card off. You pick any colour up, just swoosh it in. Now for my Wink of Stella on the darks. Just gives that illusion of dew in the mornings. Lovely. Stunning. Pencil can go away now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13 pencils. My blend can go away. Look at, see how beautiful they are. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to add some of this. Right. Am I mumbling again as usual? And there she goes with the silent treatment as well. Sorry. I get so deep into thought. So, yeah, that's basically my card front. I think it's adorable. I'm loving it. Oh, wow. That is beautiful. Love that. You could have your card this way. You can have it this. It's entirely up to you now which way you have your card. You have a card opening that way. But I'm going to fetch it in. I've decided to use real red, which I'm going to get my trimmer. Oh, no, I'll use my trimmer today because the card isn't as thick as my thick Whisper White. So I'm just going to pop this over, end to end, and use my bone folder. Nice, clean and crisp score line. Perfect. That's lovely. So the card itself is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, just folded in half. Look at this. I've got, for some reason, it looks bitty all the time when I cut black cardstock. but it's not, because everything else cuts perfect. It just shows up on the black. So it's a nail file, but I just use it for my... And I think I had that in a swap. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8, which is going to get layered onto here. And then my beautiful flowers are going to have that tiny little black border all the way around. So now, do I have my card open this way or this way? This is where you decide. I like it either way. It's just, you've got to think about your sentiment now and how big and where you want it. I think that's absolutely wonderful. Let's get some glue down. So I hope you've enjoyed me watching me do that technique. We have done a bit of masking before now. And a bit of matte laying with the back of this now. It's just going to make them pop right off the edge of your page. Looks a lot, but it's not, trust me. It gives me all that wiggle space. So just, this is literally cut 1/4 inch smaller all round, just so I can see that. So I'm going to turn over and use the back of my hand. I don't want to be smudging any of them colours. Oh, it's beautiful. Love it. Love, love, love. Now we can either glue this down, pop it onto dimensional. So that looks like a framed picture now. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Oh, I just seen a little space there. Just going to go back over there. And add a bit more there. My yellow one, for some reason, just keeps fading into nothing. Love, love, love. I get so excited. What's going on with that red? Better. But yeah, you can always touch this up later. Oh my word, I love it. So let's leave that now. We'll decide what we're going to do with that in a moment. I've got my sentiment, which is new beginnings. I don't think you have to say celebrate, but I have cut this black. It's 1 by 3 3/4, and the white is 7/8 by 3 5/8. And I've also got a piece of whisper white, thick whisper white for 3 7/8 by 5 5/8 to go on the inside of my card. So absolutely gorgeous. So that's going on there. So let me get my stamp, and we're going to decide what cheerful colour, or should we just go, I'll just go with black. Love it. With this lovely sentiment saying new beginnings. And I'm going to pop this end perfect. Oh, I love it. I'm a silly sausage. So I need my banner punch. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put those two right together. Oops. So when I slide, chop through the two, when I slide that back, it'll be perfect. So I'm going to slide this in. I don't want it all the way down, so I'm just trying to make sure they stay together. And I want that in the middle, because I don't want one to be a bit skew from the other one perfect. So that's just right. So in it goes. Whoops, they've gone for the burn, so there they go. So I've already chopped up a little bit. I love that banner punch. Do you know, me and penning just don't mix at all. So now I could leave them like this. Oh, that'd look quite nice actually. Or we could literally do the normal way. But I like that. Oh, I like the fact that it's separated like that. So, oh, I like it. So I'm going to get a bit of fast fuse. And I'm going to offset it. So I'm not going all the way down, as you've just seen. I'm going to level it up there. And then just twist it a little bit there. Perfect. So that is going on dimensionals. Oh, I've got a few spare down here. All my edge pieces, look at that, wonderful. And maybe one there. Oh, I've done that a bit too early. I'm going to pop my glue away because I am going to now, oh, I think that is absolutely, I'm going to add this to my card. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, you could offset that even, couldn't you? No. No. Oh, silly sausage. Oh, what am I like? So I am going to fit, no, I'm going to use fast fuse. Just hope I can line it up properly. Perfect. Now, do I have it this way or do I have it this way? I think I'm going to have it this way. Perfect. Squash this down.